The Jesuits: Faith, Power, and Global Influence. They are one of the most influential religious orders in history, warriors of faith, scholars, and at times, controversial figures shrouded in mystery. They built empires of education, shaped global politics, and faced suppression by the very church they served. Who are the Jesuits, and why do they still wield such power today? They were called the soldiers of Christ, missionaries, educators, scholars, and sometimes political advisors. Loved by some, feared by others, they are the Society of Jesus, better known as the Jesuits. In this brief documentary, we explore who the Jesuits are, their origins, their influence on world history, and the controversies that have followed them across centuries. The origins of the Society of Jesus. In 1534, a wounded Spanish soldier named Ignatius of Loyola had a spiritual awakening. Recovering from battle injuries, he envisioned a new kind of religious order, one that would defend the Catholic Church against the rising tide of Protestantism. With 6 companions, he founded the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, officially recognized by Pope Paul III in 1540. With a vow of poverty, chastity, and obedience to the Pope, the early Jesuits combined deep spiritual discipline with intellectual rigor and missionary zeal. Their motto has been Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam, which means for the greater glory of God. Soldiers of the Pope. The Jesuits became the shock troops of the Counter-Reformation. They traveled to the farthest corners of the world, converting, educating, and sometimes clashing with local rulers. Education and intellectual influence. One of the Jesuits' most enduring legacies is in education. They founded hundreds of schools, colleges, and universities across Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Americas. Their focus on classical learning, ethics, and discipline has made their institutions among the most respected in the world. But their intellectual independence sometimes put them at odds with the Vatican, leading to accusations of heresy and political meddling. Today, institutions like Georgetown, Boston College, and Sophia University continue their educational mission. Jesuit pedagogy emphasizes critical thinking, social justice, and service to others, principles that continue to shape modern academic values. Global missionary work. The Jesuits were among the first global missionaries. They ventured to India, China, Japan, Brazil, and beyond, learning local languages, engaging with indigenous cultures, and sometimes integrating local beliefs with Christian doctrine. In China, the Italian Jesuit priest Matteo Ricci became a respected figure at the Ming court, blending Christianity with Confucianism and introducing Western science and philosophy. In South America, Jesuits formed reductions, or self-sufficient indigenous communities, that protected native peoples from colonial exploitation and later faced brutal suppression. While their goals were spiritual, their methods were often diplomatic, scholarly, and deeply adaptive. Controversies and conspiracies. But with influence comes suspicion. The Jesuits have been accused of everything: shadowy political schemes, infiltrating governments, and even ties to the Illuminati. So, not everyone had admired the Jesuits. Their loyalty to the Pope, intellectual independence, and political influence have made them targets of suspicion and conspiracy. In the 18th century, under pressure from monarchs in France, Spain, and Portugal, the society was suppressed in 1773 by Pope Clement XIV. It was only in 1814 that Pope Pius VII had reinstated the order. To this day, the Jesuits are often at the center of speculation, accused of holding secret power in global affairs. most of it is a myth, but the mystique endures. The Jesuits today. Today, the Jesuits continue their mission in over 100 countries, with more than 16,000 members worldwide. They work in education, refugee assistance, social justice, and interfaith dialogue. They are known for defending the marginalized, critiquing political oppression, and promoting reconciliation. In 2013, history was made when Pope Francis, an Argentinian Jesuit, became the first member of the Society of Jesus to lead the Catholic Church. It was a symbolic moment. The once suppressed order now seated at the highest level of Vatican authority. Therefore, the story of the Jesuits is one of devotion, intellect, and complexity. How much is fact and how much is myth? One thing is certain. The Jesuits remain one of history's most fascinating and formidable orders. From the battlefields of Europe to the halls of the Vatican, the Jesuits have shaped our world in ways few organizations ever have. Love them or fear them, their legacy is undeniable. So, at times controversial, often heroic, always influential, the Jesuits are a testament to what happens when faith meets reason and mission meets the world. What do you think of the Jesuits? Let us know in the comments.